Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Supreme Ruler Ultimate Spain 1940, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th episode. That's right. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this one for a little while, and I apologize. It's taken me about 2 weeks, but don't worry. It will start coming once a week until we decide to finish it. That's right. That's right. So, basically, what I've done is I've gone about almost 3 months ahead in time, just kind of making sure I've got everything under control. As you can see here, our GDP has risen to 281, our overall tax rate 79, inflation is 7.8, unemployment is 3.7, and we are very quickly gaining on the world GDP average. That's right. And we are still staying out of the war, of course. And the interesting thing is the Germans have pretty much beaten the Russians. That's right. It looks like Russia has been given the banhammer, man. It's been given the banhammer. But wait, what is this? Japan. It's a little confusing. Russia and Japan have relatively similar colors. What I find really interesting is, I'll admit, I played ahead on this playthrough because I wanted to see what would happen between Russia and Germany. And in my playthrough, Russia did not lose. They got pushed all the way back to, obviously, Moscow, and they started pushing back. And what the hell? Why does Hungary own this gigantic plot of land? That is impressive, to say the least. Oh, goodness. I hope Germany doesn't decide to come this way. Thankfully, the corridor between us and Germany is rather small. So we might be able to throw troops into the mix. Maybe just survive a little bit. But anyway, yes. So Russia did not die. At least they held off for a very long time, long enough for the Allies to come in, the Allies being the UK and the United States, landing in northern France. And then I, of course, took full advantage of this scenario and took over Vichy France and then parts of western France, and even pushed with the Allies all the way to around here, I think. Like this particular, like Poland, like the edge of Poland. It was about as far as I went. And it was interesting. Again, it was kind of a way for me to teach myself how to play the game a bit better. Obviously, it worked. At least I'm trying to do way better than I did in that playthrough. In that playthrough, I think I got up to about 1950, and my GDP dropped down to like 190. Like, it was bad. It was just really bad. I figured out too late how to better run my stuff than what I was doing. So yeah, so we're making improvements here. So, to give you kind of an idea of what I've done, though, in the past 3 months, I've started building more power plants because we don't have enough. We have plenty of coal production, but we don't have near enough power, as you can quite obviously tell. So, we're having to pay for that power. Now, I built more agriculture because I figure agriculture is something that more often than not tends to sell very well. So, that's kind of supplementing our income. It's not much, but it's more than nothing. Now, we still have a shortage of consumer goods, we still have a shortage of military goods, and eventually we will have a shortage of industrial goods because that's what tends to happen. So, you know, I'm sitting here just trying to figure out ways to better accommodate that particular issue as it were. Yes, we still need petroleum. Obviously, we're not going to be getting any petroleum anytime soon, and that is really where all of our woes begin, is the total lack of petroleum and having to get it from other areas. Now, until we get better technology, we're not really going to be able to use the petroleum in our area. The only petroleum we have is off of our coast. If we look, there we go. See that we've got a little bit of oil there and a little bit of oil here. That's actually why I pushed up into France and took these oil fields they had here in the south in Vichy, and even managed to get, where was it? I think right here to Bratislava, and I managed to gain that in Praha there as well. So yeah, I needed was a pretty desperate scenario, and we needed... Who is this? Is this Romania? Oh, goodness. Romania made out really fucking well. Look at that. They made out with a lot of Russia's oil reserves down here in the Caucasus. Look at this goodness. Or at least, even then, it looks like a lot of these oil fields aren't even being utilized yet. Let's actually take a look-see and see if we can't see the actual oil itself. There, oh, there it is. It's on the east. Okay, makes sense. And yeah, look at that. Look at all that oil. See all those that bright red? That is phenomenal. How much oil Romania got out of that. So it looks like Romania is about to be the head of all oil relations for the next couple of years, depending on what happens between the UK and the United States if they decide to finally get involved over here. Sweet, we finished our land production facility, so that means our income is going to increase significantly because we're not building that anymore. We don't need those industrial goods. Oh, look at that GDP. We are now over the world average. Now, we do have to keep track of the inflation. We can't let inflation get too high, because if it does, we could be in a little bit of trouble, but I'm sure we'll be fine. We're still building that research center. Research centers are pretty much like the most expensive frickin' things ever, and they tend to be a little bit of an issue. Hopefully, though, it'll be done. Honestly, it probably won't be done for like another year. Considering we're already in April, we're still building it, and it's just over halfway. So yeah, at least we have a lot of money in reserves now. We have 66 mil, 69 mil now, with a pretty good increase every day. As you can see, the big reason that my GDP wasn't growing was because my advisor was keeping social spending so incredibly low. And as you can see, I've locked him out of it, and I increased it myself to keep that domestic approval rating higher than 10%, because that's where it was before. It wasn't looking very good at all. Not at all. Not at all. And look, see, we're ranked 22. So basically, me taking control of the economy turned out way better overall than letting the advisor do it. Because if the advisor does it, your research is getting boned. Your actual, I don't know why. Like, it just seems like he raises taxes and lowers everything else. And by lowering all the social spending here, it leads to, I suppose, I'm hypothesizing here, but it leads to people making less money, which in turn leads to less money in taxes, and overall just seems like a really bad idea. But, again, what do I know, really? What do I know? So, all in all, though, we do have rising inflation, we have unemployment that's going down, and we have a rising GDP. So we kind of need to watch that inflation. We don't want it to get too high. But all in all, man, I mean, it's looking pretty good for Spain. We're coming out of this war pretty well. As long as Germany doesn't decide to like go to war with us or something, we should be pretty solid. Pretty solid. And I think I'm going to build a couple more power plants because we still don't have enough, even after all the ones we've built thus far. Oh yes, we still need more monies. More monies, more internet monies. Okay, let's see how much money I'm about to lose. Okay, sweet. So I still have a pretty decent amount of money. Construction has begun on our new coal power plants. Okay, good. We're still making money. And we are solid, baby. We are solid. I do think I'm going to build some more agriculture. Like I said, it just doesn't seem like a bad idea to just have a real strong agriculture base. The only problem is having to start new towns. That's kind of what concerns me, is I don't want to have to keep starting new towns, because starting new towns is expensive. But if you can find towns that already exist and just add on some agriculture to them, that seems to work out pretty frickin' well. So that's, ooh, look at what we're going to do. Okay, yeah, see, we added a couple more over there to those uranium mines. Yes, because that's exactly what you want, right? You want your food right next to the uranium mine. Makes perfect sense. Yes. Video game logic. Video game logic. Alright. And then again, it is like 1940. I'm sure they don't really know. Yeah, it's only 1942. They haven't even dropped the first atomic bomb, so they don't even really know how bad radiation is yet, I would assume. Oh, look at that GDP rise, 301. But inflation has gone up 0.6%. Goodness gracious, oh, it's no bueno at all. It's no bueno at all. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. By the way, my idea here with these videos is I'll try to do, each time I do a video, I'll make it go about 6 months. Technically, because I already played about 2 months, basically like 2.5 months, we're going to stop it at June. Actually, we'll stop it at the end of June. Yeah, that sounds good. About July, we'll stop at July 1st. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we'll just keep chugging along, kind of looking at the world. Ooh, what happened? Was war declared? On who? Who, sweet Bane? Mexico has declared war on Germany. Interesting. Interesting turn of state of affairs there. I imagine it's not going to mean anything. Until the United States decides to march their happy asses over there, I don't think there's much going to happen with the Germans there. Nope, not one bit, not one bit. And I don't want to join, I don't want to ally up with the British until I have some serious assurances that the U.S. is basically, like the U.S. and the U.K. are literally involved. Look at the Soviet Union hold off. Look at them, only with a population of 1.7 million, and it's quickly dropping. They're losing like 1,000 people a day. It's ridiculous. Not even a day. They're losing 1,000 people an hour, and then gaining back 1,000 people an hour. Oh, look, the population went up 10,000. Okay, it's clearly them trying to desperately fight against the Germans, and their army staff is only 7,000. Holy shit! Oh my God, they must be taking a frickin' beating from the Germans. They've only got 7,000 men left. Good Christ! Oh, that is just no bueno. Just one big pile of no bueno. What about the UK? What's their army staff like? Really? That's it? 644,000? What about the US? 2.89 million? Okay, so they've got some decent amount of guys. They've got a bigger army than Germany. The only problem is they're not doing anything with it. Yeah, see, my army's dinky. A little dinky tiny army. But we're building. We are building, baby. A bit too many engineers, if you ask me, but speak of the beast, whatever. I don't care. Oh God, inflation's up to 10%. Ooh, yeah. See, we should probably raise taxation. 3%. Get that inflation to kind of get under control. Actually, let's look at custom. What would he do to decrease inflation? So inflation control prevents our economy from getting too hot and drastically increasing costs. May decrease GDP and can hurt domestic approval rating. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of happy where it is. I think I can let that inflation get up a bit more. Let's get it up to about 11%, and then we'll start doing some inflation control and try to keep that under, keep that under wraps, as it were. Yeah. What else do we got going on here? As you can see, we have a shit ton of agriculture that we're selling. Food's at an all-time high. That is right, baby. That is right. Domestic markups. Yes, we need to. Apparently, I think we need to raise all the markups on it. Yeah. Keep the domestic price relatively high to control that inflation just a bit. But you know, the AI is going to reduce it anyway. So what else we got? Yep. Still making some timber. It doesn't sell for too much though. We only make one profit on it. $1. One sweet little dollar. What about coal? Yep, coal's the same way. One sweet little dollar. Are we anywhere closer to meeting electric power? Not really, sort of. What's the status on those? Okay, they're still building? Okay. Okay, alright, that's just fine. That is just perfectly alright. So, yeah, you gonna get involved there, UK? Look at all the freaking mines that the UK has. Look at all that. Just everywhere. Look at all these mines. Good Christ. God, coal power. That's why London's covered in smog. Just saying. What else we got? Is that it? That's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, it's June 25th. It's about to be July 1st. So, this has been Commissar Bro. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I know this is kind of a slow series, but we're building up, man. We are building up to do something crazy. Because I look, our little orange bar is getting better. We're getting higher. Our GDP is the 28th highest in the world. We're above the average. We're doing great. We've got a lot of monetary reserves. Now, we do have the rising concern of inflation, which is something I'll have to keep my eye on, and we'll start doing inflation control next time, and all that good stuff. Hopefully, we'll finish our research center relatively soon, and we'll finish these 2 power plants. We might even have to build a couple more power plants and such. And we're still building all these little agriculture, so these little farms, which will probably be done when the next time we play. Anyway, this has been Commissar Bro, and I will see all you amazing people next time.